Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the west. More specifically, we're in Durango, Colorado. Rode the Durango Silverton Railroad over to Silverton and back yesterday, and I've been having a great time here in Colorado. Now, I have visited 49 of the 50 states, just you need to visit Alaska, and even though I've traveled all over, I'm still finding new things in the 48 states, things that I just didn't manage to get to, didn't manage to find an opportunity to visit, and that's what the last couple days here in Colorado have been. I have seen things that I've never seen before, done attractions that I've never seen before, so there's still little corners out there of stuff that I have not done. In fact, leave a comment in the comment section, anywhere in the 48 continental United States that I have never been to. I would love to see some suggestions, because I'm really wanting to fill in the empty spots on the map and visit everywhere in this country. Everywhere. So, like I was saying, yesterday rode the Durango to Silverton Railroad and back, and I thought it was only fitting to stay here at the Caboose Motel, I think it was a fitting choice, given that it was a train-filled day, and I had a train-filled night full of sleep here at the Caboose. Kind of an old-school mom-and-pop style hotel. It's that wonderful neon sign. And let me show you the room I stayed in over here, parked right in front, like a classic motel. We are in room number 3. Now look at that, the key even has a little caboose on it. I went ahead and packed up my stuff and put it in the car, but this is where I have stayed the last 2 nights when I came into Durango. I got this hotel for 2 nights, knowing that I would be doing some train rides. And yeah, it's a nice little room. I got the cozy, almost like a log cabin feeling in here. You got the fun quilt, maybe an excessive amount of throw pillows on the bed. I don't understand with throw pillows, what you're supposed to do with them. I guess you just take them off the bed and store them overnight and then put them back on the bed in the morning. If anyone knows what the purpose of throw pillows is, leave a comment in the comments section. Yeah, just a simple little room. That's where I did my editing. A little bit of train theming in here. You know, when you stay in independent hotels, there is a certain amount of rolling the dice. You don't necessarily know what you're going to get, but I enjoyed my stay here. I think the only issue I had was the internet just did not work. Just straight up, no internet. Fortunately, I was able to use my cell phone. Some places you get out, if there's no Wi-Fi, that's a problem. It was a minor inconvenience in this occasion. So otherwise, I completely enjoyed my stay here at the Caboose. And I just wanted to throw this in real quick. Yesterday, the video ended. I went to see Superman, the new Superman movie. It was serendipity. The theater was right next to the train station. I'd been wanting to stop and see the movie while I was on this trip, so I was like, this is the time. I loved the Superman movie. I'm not even really a big fan of superhero movies, but I just thought it was so much insanity. It just threw things at you, fun things. It's like, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. You just have to accept it. There's not, you don't necessarily know the lore. I went in pretty much with a blank slate, and I just thought it was great. I like James Gunn. I thought I liked his version of the Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy. So I thought, yeah, it was a great version of Superman through that lens. Just completely and utterly insane. I really like this too for some reason. This little dial here tells you what to do. Please check out by 11. It's got like a wheel where you can change it. And it says leave the key in the room. And at the bottom, Have you left anything? No, I've gotten pretty good at checking now and keeping track of all my stuff. Very rarely do I leave anything behind these days. When I first started traveling, I literally left something behind every time I stayed in a hotel. So I'll leave the key here next to the tip for the housekeepers, and we will be on our way. And just a few doors down from the Caboose Motel, we have another wonderful neon sign, the Siesta Motel. Love that big cactus. Look at that Durango mural, a bear, mountain lion, a bald eagle, and I saw all three while I was here in Durango. They're all three taxidermied at the Roundhouse Museum. Another amazing motel sign as we were heading out of Durango. And look at those beautiful twin butts. Oh, whoops, sorry. Twin buttes. And look at this. We have some roadside teepees and arrows. These giant arrows stuck in the ground. Definitely reminds me of the Twin Arrow trading post on Route 66, where there's two giant arrows stuck in the ground. Although I think both those arrows have fallen down now, have gone into disrepair despite how iconic they are, despite how many other attractions they have inspired. Yeah, there's even more arrows over here. I think there's a total of 7 arrows. There's one back here. It says County Road 9, gifts, fabric, decor, and apparel. It does look like that's closed for the day, but otherwise I would stop in. But yeah, definitely a great roadside display here with these giant arrows. Yeah, look at this old bus too. Okay, so it looks like those arrows are part of the Mud Creek Hogan trading post here. And like I said, it looks like it is closed, at least for today. And we have landed here at the Four Corners Monument. This is where 4 states all touch each other. It's the only place in the United States where there is a boundary shared by 4 separate states. Those states, of course, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah are at the center point of the 4 states. This is Navajo land, so the Navajo tribe actually operates the monument here. And there was some discussion years ago that this was somehow an inaccurate marker, that it was placed in the wrong spot. That is not true. There is some diciness because these surveys were done a very, very long time ago. These surveys were done during the Civil War. But the center point that is placed in the ground is an officially recognized monument, a legally binding monument that marks the convergence point of the 4 states. So legally speaking, it is 100% legitimate. And of course, it's the only place where you can stand in 4 states at one time. There was an $8 admission fee. See these walls here around the monument. One thing I did know that was interesting. Yeah, you see here the Navajo Parks and Recreation Department. It says dispersing of cremation ashes on tribal park land is prohibited. I did not know this. Cremation is considered a malicious desecration in Navajo culture belief. So I guess that's something to keep in mind when spreading ashes. Of course, spreading ashes on the actual monument itself would be probably very messy, and there maybe be some even be some health concerns there. And as we enter here, we see a map, and it shows the different surveyors. This is actually a monument to the surveyors that surveyed each individual border there. Now, you do have to enter through New Mexico, so we were in Colorado and just kind of dipped in to New Mexico here in order to reach our center point right there. On the outside, there's these different booths where different vendors can vend. Looks like they can vend from all 4 states. There's a vending area corresponding with each state. Oh, it looks like there is actually a queue line formed here. People waiting here under the shade in order to get to the monument itself. Everyone wants to get their pictures, their selfies with the monument there. I guess currently we are standing in New Mexico here. It's like a little overlook. We're standing in New Mexico where we entered. We're right next to Arizona, and we just came in from Colorado, and you can see Utah right out that way. It's kind of crazy just looking at it this way, where you can actually, one of the only places where you can kind of like see the shapes of the states as you are looking at the monument here. All right, so queued up, ready to experience the monument. Yeah, people can use the observation deck there to get photos of their friends and family on top of the monument. There's actually a different photo perch for each state. Okay, we got the monument to ourselves. Heading in to New Mexico. You see the seals of each state. Crossing them over into Colorado, where we've been the last couple days. Utah, I've been in Utah in a while. And there we go. And then over here, Arizona. And yeah, there's the marker right there, the official legally binding marker. So I can be in 2 states. I can be in New Mexico, in Utah at the same time. I could have my foot be in 4 states. Each one of my toes is in a different state as we speak. So pretty amazing, the landmark that we have here. We can just slowly meander through states. I think this is the quickest that you can get from state to state, is just running in this tight circle here.
I know, but I'm going to take the pictures. She'll get you going. I promise. Do you see something you like?
Most of it's pretty cool.
Is it? Okay, yeah, because I haven't looked around yet too, so when I'm done, she'll get you money and we can go look again.
Little Four Corners crab walk there. Or at least a crab stand. I didn't really do much walking. Oh, so I have a bad shoulder. I've heard it multiple times at multiple roadside attractions. The Powell, there's an airplane gas station in Powell, Tennessee, where I tripped over a brick. That's where I first injured my shoulder. As I did pro wrestling stuff, I continually tweaked it, making it worse. And I think I'm okay, but I think I strained my bad shoulder trying to crab walk on the Four Corners Monument. These are the Colorado vendors here. See a lot of pottery, jewelry. Some of the Four Corners souvenirs over here. Got magnets. You got the little monument, little replica of the monument with the hands and feet on it. Medallions there. Oh, and the spoons, the Four Corners spoons. Also got some t-shirts. But I really like these pins here. They have all 4 states on them. I think I'm going to grab one of those. Again, it's interesting because what it is, it's a geographical point. This is not a natural forming point. This is a point created by man, but it's still become such a novelty that it's its own tourist attraction. We're pretty far away from anything else, kind of out here by itself. But people still travel from all over, not all over our country. There's several people from other countries coming out here to get their photos on the monument. It's just it's a lot of fun. It's hard to describe. It may sound silly to some people, but it's really fun to be able to say I've stood in 4 states all at once. I remember there was an episode of The Simpsons where they tried to expose the 4 monuments as having like legal loopholes to it. I think Sideshow Bob was trying to kill Bart, and he was like, if I fire a gun in one state, the bullet passes through another state and then hits the person in a 3rd state, or any law, technically no laws are being broken because of jurisdictions, because he didn't shoot someone, he fired. And obviously it's The Simpsons, so it's completely ridiculous, but just the idea that each state here has its own laws, so technically what is legal right here could be illegal on the other side there. Or you can just walk over here and have a new set of state laws. But actually, in reality, as fun as that sounds, in reality, that's not how it works, because this is Navajo land, so it is not subject to the state laws. It was be subjective to tribal and federal law. And this monument here, very interesting. Gives some of the background about how this is, indigenous land here. The first people here were the Puebloans, the Dene, and the Ute people. It says Mormon settlers came to this area in 1849. And then it talks about the survey, and what's interesting is not only is it a monument that marks the 4 states, the 4 United States, it also is the boundary between the Navajo Nation and the Ute Mountain Ute Reservation. So that's really interesting. It's not only between the federal states, but also a boundary between the lands of different indigenous people. Now, normally they would have all the flags flying, but not a lot of wind today. I can see a little bit of the Colorado flag, a little bit of the Utah flag flapping there. And out here in the parking lot area, there's several fry bread stands. This is Grandma's Fry Bread Shack, and then Navajo Taco Shack over here. I think I do want to get a Navajo taco. That fry bread looks pretty good, all those taco toppings on top, and they made it right in front of me. Slapped out the dough, put it in the fryer. So this is probably very warm right now. All right, so this looks really good. Try some of the toppings. A little bit of Frank's Red Hot sauce on there. That tastes really good. The bread is really like fluffy. I've had fry bread before. It was, I don't know, more of like maybe a little flaky. This is a kind of like a very fluffy fry bread. That's pretty good. That is really, I would say that's some of the absolute best fry bread I've had in my life. Like, again, like a lot of the stuff I've had before is like kind of like flaky, like a chalupa, but this is puffy and soft. I don't know which is the right way to make it, but I like this one. It's very good. Four Corners Monument looks very interesting on Google Maps. And with a belly full of fry bread, I believe it is time to get back on that long, lonesome road. We'll continue heading west, and hopefully we will get to Las Vegas before the end of the night. There appears to be a herd of sheep alongside the road here. Stay safe. As we drive through here, I'm starting to notice a lot of these towering monuments. Yeah, getting into some absolutely beautiful country here. You can see the monuments all popping up in the distance. crossing into another one of the Four Corner states. We are entering Utah. See the color of the mountains matches the color of those mountains right there. So as we enter Utah, we are going to head into Monument Valley Tribal Park. Now, Monument Valley is this valley full of beautiful rock monuments along the Arizona-Utah line. I think most people, including myself, would recognize a lot of this from old Wild West movies. It's kind of, I've heard it said that so many Wild West movies were filmed here in Monument Valley that it's kind of the immediate thing you think of when you think of the Wild West cowboy movies and just the image of what the West is. You think of Monument Valley and the beautiful rock monuments that lie within. Now, this is not a national park. This is a tribal park. It's not run by the federal government. It is run by the Navajo tribe. So we're going to head in and see if we can see some gorgeous monuments like the ones featured here on the Welcome to Utah side. Okay, we just crossed back into Arizona. Okay, we stop here and pay at the ticket booth. So it was only $8 to get in, which is incredibly cheap when you consider how much they charge for the national parks. And here's a map of the park. This said it takes about 2 hours to do the complete drive and see all the wonderful monuments. There's 3 horses just hanging out behind that shed. Are those wild horses? Are there wild horses here? And according to Google, yes, there are wild horses in Monument Valley. We'll stop here and check out the visitor center before we begin our drive. Over there's actually a hotel where you can stay here in the park. I may need to put that on my to-do list. But yeah, let's head into the visitor center. It says this is the Navajo Code Talker room. It talks about the Navajo Code Talkers who were famously recruited by the United States military because they were able to speak to each other in Navajo. And some different Navajo displays. And as we come up these stairs here, through these windows, an absolute breathtaking view of the monuments. Yeah, and look down there, you can actually see the road that we'll be traversing. See the little cars there driving around these giant monuments. And almost as breathtaking is this pressed penny machine where we have the Monument Valley pressed pennies. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get all 4 of these. And we got quarter, 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 quarter penny. And there are some monumental pressed pennies. We have a map here that shows all the monuments. Yeah, you can see in red there the road we'll be taking. Okay, we head here to the trading post, the John Wayne Lookout Point, and something called Photographer's Point. As we go through the gift shop here. Postcards here, some of the iconic spots. They do have an extensive variety of dream catchers and cowboy hats for sale. You can see the Cochina dolls they sell here in the gift shop, but with the backdrop of the monuments. Come out here onto the porch here. I guess these are the lookouts here. Oh my gosh, and look out. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible to see these in person. feel like you've seen this area a million times in different movies, but just standing here in front of these massive sculptures. And here's the hotel balconies. Oh, so they're all looking out into the valley. I wouldn't mind staying a night in that hotel and having this be my view. And this is John Wayne Point. Says this was his favorite spot to enjoy the beauty and serenity of the valley. Says his first movie filmed in Monument Valley was John Ford's classic Stagecoach in 1939, and that he was also in 4 more movies, so 5 movies total filmed out here in the valley. And that's one of the reasons we associate this valley so much with those old Wild West shoot 'em up movies. And this is called Photographer's Point because so many people have taken pictures of these monuments right here. I've definitely seen many pictures of these monuments. It says renowned photographers such as Ansel Adams, Kendrick James, Tom Phillips, and R.S. Ortega have taken photographs here. I was definitely into Ansel Adams a lot when I first was learning about photography. Yeah, this is probably one of the most photographed places in the West. And we won't be doing any hiking today. The hiking trails are closed because of excessive temperature. Although I admit we probably wouldn't have been doing a lot of hiking anyways. Yeah, I'm excited to get down there and see these monuments up close and personal. Hey, you think about the name Photographer's Point. I wonder if you could calculate the exact number of pictures taken of these monuments, what that number would be. If you know, leave a comment in the comment section. All right, let's go see the monuments. And here we begin our drive. This is an unpaved road, a gravel road here. There's even a sign there that says rough road. So we head through, but oh my gosh, just having that out my windshield. Pothole. Oh geez, sorry, pothole. It's a rough road, but a beautiful one nonetheless. Oh yeah, it's a dusty one down here. You don't want to get caught in that ditch. Feel like I'm back roading it, which kind of adds to the fun. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of fun. All right. There we go. Yeah, I think my car can handle this. I wouldn't try it with any sort of smaller car. 'Cause it is rough. I know we keep showing the same monuments over and over again, but they're amazing. Completely iconic. Yeah, I don't know if there's pull-offs. There's like designated places to get out of your car. Oh yeah, it says no park. That would be a good place for get pictures right there, but it says no parking. So we have no time to park. We gotta. Oh my gosh, there we go. Waiting for it to get smoother. I think I'll be waiting a while. Okay, the road does smooth out a little bit right here. All right, found a official pull-off here where we can get a great view of these 3 monuments. And they have names. This is the West Mitten right here. That back there, that is the East Mitten. East Mitten. Then that is Merrick Butte. And it looks like they do have vendor tables here throughout the park. There's a truck over there selling dream catchers. And there is a service where they will take you out into the park on these guided vehicle tours. And here is Elephant Butte. Now on the sign it just says elephant. On my map it says Elephant Butte. They probably just put elephant because they're sick of people giggling thinking that it says elephant butt. Or maybe to stop people from stealing elephant butt signs. Nonetheless, you can see it does actually kind of look like an elephant in a very Picasso sort of way. Wait, have I joked about the word butte twice in the same video? What's wrong with me? And the road is definitely smoothed out. It's just really rough in that first part. I guess when you're getting down into the valley, it's rough. Once you get down here, oh hey, this part's paved. Yeah, it comes and goes. The road's getting a little rougher again. Here's the Three Sisters. Now these look like kind of spindly, like they could just fall apart if you touched them. It says drones are prohibited in this area. Maybe they're afraid if you bump into one of the Three Sisters with a drone, it'll fall down. And I'm gathering by these washes here that there probably is some flooding that occurs here in the valley. And it's probably the reason that the roads get so torn up. And this butte here, this is Camel Butte. You can see the head sticking up in the front, the big hump in the middle. Camel Butte. And folks, I cannot lie. I love big buttes. See the backside of Camel Butte. There's a pull-off up here. You actually get a little bit of a closer view of the Three Sisters. Then there's some various food stands and vendors up here. There's a fry bread stand. Oh, what the heck? There's someone on a horse looking very majestic over there. And what's this here? Photo of man on the horse. Man on the horse at the point. Tips are greatly appreciated. So there is a man on a horse over here. Out on the ledge here. So I guess this vista here is called John Ford Point, named after director of Wild West films, John Ford. An amazing sweeping view from here. Yeah, just imagine seeing this view in a John Ford movie. See, there's people lined up here so they can get a picture on this actual horse with a John Ford Point view in the background. So $20 for a picture on a horse with this beautiful view. I don't know if I'll ever get this opportunity again, so let's go for it. Oh, you're good. Look at this. What's the horse's name?
Spirit.
Spirit. Wow, look at this.
17 years old.
17 years old?
Start back here and I'll do 180.
Oh, the horse is moving.
He's just posing. He's a poser. Alright, cowboy.
Thank you.
Of course. One click, okay? One click.
flashed before my eyes just there when the horse started moving. I don't think I've ever ridden a horse. I think I have. When I was a kid, I rode my uncle's horse, but I was terrified then. And when that horse started moving and I saw how high we are up, I thought the horse was going to jump off the cliff. And now I realize that's a ridiculous thing to say, because a horse is very aware of its surroundings. A horse would not just walk off the edge of a cliff. Whew. Maybe I should make that a goal. Maybe I should put that on the list. Maybe I need to learn to properly ride a horse. It scared me. When he moved, it really scared me. My heart's still pounding. Oh, that's right. That's right. I have a fear of horses. I have it's like I don't even think of horses as being scary. And I, no thing against horses. Love horses. Think they're beautiful. But when I'm around horses, I just get really, really nervous. I remember I visited the Lexington Horse Park in Lexington, Kentucky. And I remember just the sounds of horses. I walked in the barn and just hearing the sounds of horses, it just started to make my heart pump and made me nervous. I said to myself, you know what? I'm afraid of horses. So in a way, I was just conquering my fear. Although I became more terrified than I could ever imagine. But all things said, that was an amazing experience, getting to sit on a horse out here at John Ford Point. So this over here is Rain God Mesa. And then on the other side is Thunderbird Mesa. Of course, the legend of the Thunderbird, a giant bird talked about in Native American legend. Just look at that. This is Spearhead Mesa, and out here is called Totem Pole. And this road here is basically just sand. It's like driving on the beach. I can get really close to Spearhead Mesa. Okay, it looks like the photo op here is you pretend like you're holding up this heavy rock. We're still driving alongside Spearhead Mesa. This is enormous. And while we're looking at all these amazing buttes, we can't forget about Clay Butte. This monument here is known as the Thumb. A big thumbs up to you, you beautiful monument. So Monument Valley, one of the absolute most beautiful places that I've been to in this country, and I've been a lot of places, but we need to make it to Las Vegas, Nevada tonight. Right now it is 6:01 p.m. We are 6 hours and 16 minutes away from Las Vegas, although we do get to go back a time zone, going into Pacific time So we shave off an hour there, so it's really only 5 hours and 16 minutes. Although in reality, I will have to actually drive 6 hours and 16 minutes. But we do get to jump back in time. So back on that long, lonesome road. Spotted some natural beauty over here. You can see we have absolute gorgeous sunset in the sky. And we're here over the, this is the Glen Canyon Dam. Oh, look at that. Holding back all that water there. Almost reminds me of the Hoover Dam outside of Las Vegas. That is very beautiful. Here, let's look at the terrain. It's just been a beautiful drive here. I guess we currently are in we're in Arizona still. You see that bridge right there. And let's go on the other side of the bridge and take a look at the canyon. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's amazing. Looks like we can actually walk out onto the bridge and maybe get a better look. Oh, there's a little porthole here I can stick my camera through. There we go. Look at that. Look at the color of that river. That's breathtaking. And honestly, when I started walking there, I got a little bit of vertigo. It's just so far down. Yeah, just looking down through the canyon there. Unbelievable. Came back across over here on the dam side. And just, yeah, look down. It's enough to make you a little dizzy. This is one thing I love about driving through parts of the country that I haven't driven through, is you just find just beautiful things like this. It catches you off guard. Yeah, just try not to look over the edge. And it looks like we found our way back in to Utah. At this point, I'm starting to lose track of which state I'm in. And that sure is a beautiful sunset that we are riding off into. Time to head back into Utah once more. Honestly, I missed the fact that we even left Utah, but here we are again. Okay, here's Arizona again. Okay, I think we made it to Nevada. So after weaving our way between Arizona and Utah all day and all night, we have landed here in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. And I saw some beautiful things today, some beautiful natural things, natural beauty, if you will, Monument Valley, and then just the drive through this part of the country. I actually got disappointed when the sun went down because I couldn't see the beautiful scenery anymore. Definitely got to come back through this area and see it all. There's a lot of parks and natural wonders that we had to drive by today. So definitely want to come back through here at some point. And, I've been thinking a lot. I've been having so much fun the last couple days visiting places that I've never been before. And I need you guys' help because I want to fill in these cracks. Like I said, I've visited 49 states at this point. If everything goes according to plan, next year I will have visited 50. But you know what? There's still a lot of holes. Little holes, but holes nonetheless in that big map of ours here in the United States. So I need you guys' help to let me know all the fun stuff that's tucked in the nooks and crannies of the United States. Please leave some suggestions. Here's an idea though, to help me out, if you don't mind. If you can think of something that you don't think I've done before, put into YouTube Carpetbagger and then that thing, and double check to see if I've been there or not. And if I haven't, leave that comment in the comment section because I'm trying to create a list of blank spots in my map of things that I need to check out. This trip has kind of inspired me in a way to not give up on the 48 quite yet, to start going in the nooks and crannies and exploring those missing spots in our map. But thank you so much for coming along today as we filled in some more spots on our map. Of course, if you like these videos, I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun random stuff. And if you'd like to help out the channel, consider Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also, in the souvenir shop, we're selling enamel pins, press pennies, motel key fobs, stickers, other fun stuff. And still doing personalized messages on Cameo if you're interested in that. And all those things help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.